Hello, everybody. Happy April 1st. A new month. It's April Fool's Day today. So you're going to bear with me while I tell you some really bad Bible jokes. Favorite pastor's jokes, because our verse for today is, "A joyful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones." So we don't want anyone's spirit to be dried up today. So in honor of April Fool's Day, here's one joke. So a pastor went out one day to visit his church members. At one house, it was obvious that somebody was home, but nobody came to the door, even though the pastor knocked on the door several times. Finally, he took out his card, wrote out Revelation chapter 3, verse 20 on the back of it, and stuck it in the door. So that says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come into him and dine with him, and he with me." That's Revelation chapter 3. So the next day, it was Sunday, and his card turned back up in church in the offering plate, and below the pastor's message was written the following notation: "I heard your voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself." Genesis 3, verse 10. There you go. There's the first one. Here's the second one. So a baker was asked to print a verse on a wedding cake. So the verse he was asked to print, it was from the first letter of John, chapter 4, verse 18. But instead, he got mixed up and he printed the Gospel of John, chapter 4, verse 18. So 1 John 4:18 reads, "There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out all fear." That's what he was supposed to print, but instead he printed the Gospel of John 4:18, which reads, "For you have had 5 husbands, and the one you have is not your husband." I can hear you laughing now. All right, bear with me. We've got one more to go here. Here's the last one. So a minister told her congregation, "Next week, I plan to preach about the sin of lying. To help you understand my sermon, I am going to ask you all to read Mark chapter 17 before church next week." So the following Sunday, as she stood up to deliver her sermon, she said, "Now raise your hand. Give me a show of hands for those of you who have read Mark chapter 17. So several hands went up. With that, the minister smiled and she said, "Well, Mark only has 16 chapters. I will now proceed with my sermon about lying." I guess I have a tickle in my throat. Maybe that means I'm lying. Haha. Anyway, happy April Fool's Day, everybody, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.